Hey guys, welcome to Jaro-Cast. I'm here with my co-host Cruzando, and we have a special guest today, Jada-Killa. And so anyways, you guys, what have you guys been playing?
I have been playing a lot of Fortnite with you guys, of course. I'm also still working through Sekiro. Got stuck for like 4.5 hours on one boss, but it's okay. Got him killed.
All right, what about you, Jada?
Been playing Call of Duty Black Ops 4, Mortal Kombat 11 Beta, and Fist of the North Star Lost Paradise.
All right, I've been playing Black Ops 4, Fortnite. I'm trying to get the platinum in Ratchet and Clank. Really close to getting that one. Once again, I'm stuck on that Groovatron trophy, which
Because there's only enemies that only show up at the beginning.
yeah. I know you gotta start from the beginning or else you're screwed. But yeah, so are you guys excited for anything this next week, for any releases or anything?
I don't know. Oh yeah.
Yes, we will be talking about that.
I've never actually played Borderlands. I played it on a PlayStation Plus trial back on PlayStation 3 forever ago, but I couldn't figure out what to do, so I gave up. But I remember when that game first came out, I was in like 6th or 7th grade, and everyone went crazy over it, so I might give it another shot.
Yeah.
You should, because they also made improvements before. It didn't have a mini map, but they made like a lot of major improvements that people were asking for that Borderlands 2 had.
Yeah, the minimap not having that is what got me lost so much. What about you, Josh? Anything you're excited for?
I'm not just pretty much Borderlands. I mean, there's not much that really has released that's releasing next week, but just things that already have released that we will be talking about in today's episode. Some very annoying things that have happened this past week that we will definitely get into, some big topics. But I guess we'll get into the topics today. Also, make sure you guys download your PlayStation Plus games before the end of the month. I guess before the end of the week, kind of. The new games are going to be Conan and The Surge. So yeah, and the Xbox games are going to be Star Wars Battlefront, I guess?
The original.
The original.
It's going to be very great. And it's going to have online play as well. Everyone's going to be back playing Battlefront.
Yes.
And just to give you guys heads up, it's April 1st, so you have until to download this month's PS Plus game still.
Yes. Basically, the rest of the weekend is all you have.
Yeah, so this is going to be posted on Saturday, so make sure you guys go get it today. Right now, you can get Modern Warfare Remastered, and what was the other game? It was the...
something nobody played.
Yeah, something nobody played, but it was another game. You might as well just pick it up anyways.
Alright.
Oh, I actually found it. It's The Witness. That's what it was.
The Witness.
The Witness, okay. So yeah, you guys pick that up. Call of Duty Modern Warfare was one of the bigger titles, so make sure you go pick that one up.
But, everybody, last week we talked about Yakuza Judgment, or Judge Eyes, whatever you want to call it, how it was being taken off store shelves in Japan. Well, more has developed over the last week since then. First thing of the news for it, it's going to be slightly altered in the West. I don't necessarily see a problem with that, personally, because most people that are going to play it in the West will be playing it in English anyway, since there will be an English dub this time around. So I don't personally see an issue with it being dubbed and then altered just slightly.
Yeah, we talked about that last week, and we will be getting into more stuff. So, yeah, get into that more, Cruzano.
Yeah. The Japanese version is going to be recasted for Pierre Taki, which we knew as of last week, but we didn't know if it was going to be very fast. And apparently, they've already gotten the voice actor and everything good, set, and ready to go. But developing on Yakuza Judgment, Yakuza 7 is casting for even more players. If you did not already know this, the person who plays Shun Akiyama will be playing Ichiban in Yakuza 7 or Shin Yakuza or Shin Ryo Gakutoku. This game series has so many different names for every game. You can basically just plug in everything and you'll still be talking about the same series. But this next one I think is kind of crazy because of Pierre Taki. Frozen is being taken down in Japan because of him. Yes, that's right. The show, the movie that defined 2014 is being taken away from Japan. 2013 is being taken away from Japan. Yes, this man plays Olaf. So it appears Olaf really does like white stuff, both metaphorically and IRL.
Yeah, pretty much. But yeah, that's insane news for Japan. Sorry, Japan. Goodbye, Frozen. I never even liked Frozen, but goodbye, Frozen. All right, so now we're going to get on to, well, I'm going to talk about this past week, Call of Duty has released their new DLC for zombies and some extra stuff. I think not too much for like Blackout and multiplayer, but yeah, they've released that, and it's a pretty good zombie map, in my opinion. It's pretty nice. It's the best Chaos map that they've released, in my opinion. But
I definitely preferred it over the last one, definitely.
Yeah, definitely, I agree. And but they released one of the the microtransactions, man. They're selling you a $28 2,800 COD points, $28 melee weapon, and some sort of bribe for another weapon or something, and some other stuff for $30. Which $28, $30, pretty much the same. That's insane. Like, are you kidding me, guys? People are really mad about that one. It's just like that's what's gonna kill Call of Duty, man. They're milking the cow dry. Right now they're milking the cow, and now they're milking blood out of it at this point. But yeah, Call of Duty gets the new update, new DLC, and crappy microtransaction prices.
You know what they should honestly do the next Call of Duty?
What?
Set the season pass to like $200 and just include all this little micro stuff that they come out with throughout the season.
Honestly, yeah. I mean, yeah, they should have like an ultimate edition that comes with literally everything.
Exactly. Or at least make the game free to play so we can justify buying this stuff.
Yeah. I mean, I wouldn't care too much if it was, free to play. Like, people are wondering when Blackout is gonna, because, I mean, they've been experimenting Blackout being free. They had a free trial back in, I think, January or February or something. And
I kind of forgot. Sorry to interrupt you. I forgot one thing. There's a mobile Call of Duty game coming.
That's right.
Oh, yes, that is true.
Forgot about that. I just remembered about that just now.
That is true. Yes, there is a new mobile Call of Duty. I can't remember. Is that coming? That is a North American release, right? Not just like a Japanese.
No, you can only pre-register for it.
Yeah,
Right.
I'm pre-registered for it. I'm hoping it's going to be good, because if it does good, then that's going to lean away into them bringing Call of Duty to the Switch.
Right. Oh, yeah, you cut out a bit for us, but I'm sure they heard what you said.
Oh. Then I'll just restart. Just tell me when that happens. But I'm kind of hoping for the Call of Duty mobile to do good, just so that they can bring Call of Duty to the Switch, so they know that it'll do good on a mobile platform.
Yeah. Definitely.
All right. If you didn't think that was enough disappointment for one day and this single podcast, well, we got a whole day for you, just for you. Next up, we got the PlayStation State of Play. First off, they started this off with an Iron Man game, and everyone was like, "Oh my God, it's Iron Man!" And then people saw it was VR, and everyone was like, "Oh my God, it's VR."
Disappointment, man.
Yeah. It's like, come on.
Like,
It's kind of a cool idea, but it's like, really? They couldn't have made like a new, like full-fledged AAA Iron Man game with Robert Downey Jr. as the voice actor?
I saw that. I thought it was that Avengers game that Square Enix were making.
So did I.
Yeah, I remember that. Did they even ever make that?
They still are.
But they didn't say anything about it yet.
Yeah, that looked really cool back then.
All I know about the Avengers game is that it's going to be a traditional game, and that we don't know what consoles it's going to be on.
Yeah.
Well, on the topic of the Avengers, I don't know if you guys also put that the Disney Fox thing is also done also. So
That's right.
X-Men is coming to the
That's
MCU.
true. Yeah, so
Hopefully
I guess,
rebooted.
X-Men, yeah. And if you guys are excited, Avengers Endgame is coming sometime in April, what is it, April 26th, I think, to theaters?
Yeah. It's really close.
Yeah, Cruzando hasn't seen all the movies. So hopefully, in the next few weeks, we're gonna catch him up and do like a whole marathon with him. So that'll be kind of fun.
Yeah, we will definitely do that. But moving on after that, there was some PlayStation State of Play stuff that wasn't so bad, such as classic Crash skins being exclusive to PlayStation 4.
Yeah, so that's pretty cool news. I guess I'm guessing PlayStation still has some sort of deal with Activision, and I don't know if Naughty Dog has anything to do with it, probably not. But yeah, I'm pretty sure they have some sort of like agreement that they will have exclusive for maybe just a year or maybe forever. But that's pretty cool that they're still having some exclusivity to PlayStation, because Crash was originally a PlayStation exclusive, which is pretty cool that they're doing that. So I mean, I guess there is a reason to just get a PlayStation version. And other news, Mortal Kombat new characters were announced. Yeah, you can talk about that, Cruzando.
So the story of Mortal Kombat 11, everyone's much older. But based off of what we saw at PlayStation State of Play, we got a little bit more insight into the story of the overall game, and it appears that there's going to be some kind of rift in time that brings out the younger version of every character into the world, and there's going to be the old versions, or the old, like they're in their 40s kind of version, versus the young versions of them. So that kind of seems like it's going to be a pretty cool story game.
Yeah, I'm really interested in that. For Mortal Kombat X, was there even a story for that game? There was.
It was.
I just don't remember it that much for some reason.
Like all the characters were like killed off because of
Yeah.
It was so hard, Mortal Kombat 10 was. I didn't even finish the story, I just ended up watching it on YouTube. It was just way too difficult.
I remember I mainly just played that for like co-op and multiplayer mostly. But yeah, so that's gonna be kind of interesting. I'm interested in that game. I might actually pick it up once it comes out. But moving on from the PlayStation's state of disappointment, we will be moving on to some interesting news that Cruzano, you can lead in this next thing.
Battle Royale has taken over the world. What have you thought of could be a Battle Royale that you never wanted as a Battle Royale? What if I told you there was going to be a Persona 5 Royale, but not in Battle Royale? Well, that's exactly what's happening. Persona 5 Royale is going to be like the Persona 4 Golden, except for Persona 5. Persona 5 Royale is not a remake like we originally thought. It's an expansion to the original story. We don't know too much about it. Back in January, they gave us a trailer to get news about it in March. And then in March, the news we got for it was a trailer for the trailer. And the trailer comes out next month, which is pretty exciting. This game's supposed to come out by the end of the year.
Yes, that is pretty awesome. Yep, and yeah, that's pretty crazy. I've always liked I remember Persona 4. Persona 4 Golden was on PS Vita. I always liked that. That was I think one of my favorite on the PS Vita.
But if you have not yet gotten into Persona 5, starting next month, it will be hitting the PlayStation Hits versions of games, which is the one with the little ugly red case and the red lettering at the top. It will be $20. So if you have not yet gotten into Persona 5, you have literally no excuse at this point.
Yep. It's gonna be it's gonna be cheaper, and now they got a PlayStation Hits, which is very nice, in April. So that's very soon. I mean, that's just next week. So very nice. Do we know exactly in April?
I believe it was April 26th is when it's coming.
Okay, well, yeah, pretty much the exact day of Endgame. So if you're going to see Avengers Endgame right after that, go pick up Persona 5.
But speaking of other Royales, Realm Royale is coming to the Nintendo Switch at some point in the next couple of months. We got this news about 2 days ago, so not a whole lot has came out about it, but we do know that crossplay will be introduced to Realm Royale around the same time.
Yes, that is really cool. Finally, another game to play with people on Switch.
Yes.
Or actually any game on crossplay platform, because, Fortnite's literally, I think, the only game that you can cross-platform on it is the only game you can cross-platform on all consoles right now, so
literally.
That would be nice to have I mean, I really want Apex to be one of those games. Hopefully they'll do that too. But yeah, Realm Royale, finally another game. I know it's only Battle Royales that they're doing this with. I know they're going to possibly do it with Rocket League as well. But yeah, hopefully, yeah, that's going to be really cool.
What I don't understand about all of these Battle Royales is they see the success that Fortnite is having thanks to crossplay. Why would they not have crossplay right off the bat? I mean, in the last probably 3 weeks that we've all been playing almost nightly together, I've put almost 70 extra hours into Fortnite. And that's a whole lot of time. And I've spent like $30 in that 70-hour period.
Yeah.
But moving on, how about spending more money? But moving on, what if I didn't spend that $30 on Fortnite, but I wanted to buy 3 months of a arcade service or another game service? Well, that's exactly what's going to be able to be happening starting this August. Apple Arcade is being introduced. And with Apple Arcade comes 4 pretty big things that we're going to be talking about today. First, Sonic exclusivity of Sonic Racing for mobile platforms. What do you all think about that? I personally am excited for it. I think most people I know have access to at least a Apple device to play it. So I think that's pretty exciting. I just don't like that it's trapped behind a paywall, but not having ads, that's going to be pretty nice.
Yeah. Yeah, that's pretty crazy. I actually had no knowledge of this until you brought this up today. So that is actually very cool. That is very, very cool. What do you think about it, Jada?
That's true. A lot of these companies are trying to come up with services, and like something else I just remembered that Walmart is looking into doing a streaming service also, like Google.
Yeah, that's true.
I don't know exactly how Walmart service would work because everything else at Walmart barely works. So I don't know how their streaming service would be. But Shantae, the new one, is also coming to Apple Arcade. It'll be launching alongside everywhere else. It's literally going to be the best place to play Shantae. I forgot to mention it, but Apple Arcade will be playable on iPhones, iPads, iMacs, and Apple TVs. So anything that's running in Apple OS will be able to play it. You will actually be able to download it natively, not just stream it. So that's kind of meaning now that the Apple mobile platforms or the Apple PC is going to be the best place to get Shantae, because it'll be $20 to $30 everywhere else, but it'll be $10 for it on Apple. So that's pretty nice.
Yes, that is very cool, very cool. And yeah. Okay, and there's more news on that actually.
Yeah, there's so much more stuff with Apple Arcade. Gearbox, the creators of Borderlands, which we will be talking about very shortly, they are bringing games to Apple Arcade as well. So it seems like everyone is getting behind Apple Arcade. Even Konami is behind Apple Arcade.
Yeah, and also PlayStation and Nintendo are rumored, but are rumored to make a game for it as well.
That makes sense in several different ways. We know Mario Kart is coming to iPhones. So why not put Mario Kart on Apple Arcade?
Yeah, that would be awesome.
Very, very.
So now Apple Arcade, very awesome thing. Now we're going to move on to probably one of the biggest news stories of this week. And it is that Borderlands 3 was announced, and there is a trailer. We'll probably show a trailer right here on the video version. If you're not watching the podcast version, we'll have a video probably right here. But yeah, Borderlands 3 was announced. There was a trailer, and it's pretty amazing. And yeah, I mean, what do you guys think about that? That finally this game is coming out.
As I stated earlier, I haven't played Borderlands all the way through, so I don't really know. But I think it looked pretty neat. It looked like it's going to be my kind of game.
Yeah, Borderlands, I mean, my favorite one obviously was Borderlands 2. I actually never played Borderlands 1. I don't even remember that one that much, but
I played the first one, but I didn't get all the way through it, but I'm looking forward to like going back to it since they're releasing the new version of it next week. I'm really looking forward for the third one. I played the second one, the pre-sequel. I'm really excited.
Yeah. So yeah, we have, and also as well as that getting announced, we also have a 4K patch for the Handsome Collection. So we're not exactly sure about all this information, but we're guessing that it's going to be a patch or an update or something, maybe a DLC, that if you have the Handsome Collection on the PS4 or Xbox One or PC, you will be getting a patch, or it will be a DLC that you can play it in 4K on the PS4 Pro, Xbox One X, or PC.
Yes. But what was something Borderlands was kind of synonymous with last generation? The PlayStation 3, when it was first revealed, it was revealed at PlayStation E3, and at that time, Kaz was the head of PlayStation. Well, now it appears Kaz is stepping down from his position at PlayStation. He'll be leaving later this year.
Yep, that was a big news story as well. Yep, he is pretty much, he's saying that he's going to be retiring pretty much, which is pretty crazy. He's been there for... How long has he been there, actually?
Since the beginning.
Since the very beginning. So he's taken us through all those years. So farewell to him.
Yes.
Oh yeah, which reminds me, next week, that's it, Reggie is stepping down.
Oh yeah, and it's actually rumored, I was going to stay on the PlayStation topic for now, but it's actually rumored that there will be a Nintendo Direct next week. They'll have some new things announced, and it'll have Reggie stepping down, giving his emotional farewell speech.
Yes, that as well, yep.
But with this stuff with Kaz, which makes it different from Reggie kind of helped save Nintendo, and when he's leaving, Nintendo will be on top. But with PlayStation, ever since Kaz stepped down from his position of control at the end of 2017 or early last year, it's been kind of nothing but downhill in the new era of new things being controlled by Sean Layden and Jim Ryan. The last things that were controlled by Kaz and Andrew House has been doing phenomenal. God of War has been so many Game of the Years, and Spider-Man was Nintendo's first game to perform equal to a Nintendo game in ever. And that was quite exciting time for them. But everything that Yohei Yoshida, I think that's his name, and Sean Layden and Jim Ryan have done since then has done nothing but hurt PlayStation. There was a PlayStation Classic. There was not wanting to do crossplay. There was doing a very poor introductions to PlayStation Now, and so much other stuff, and even support of VR, which nobody wants. So it really is making me question, when Kaz steps down later this year and he's no longer a part of PlayStation. Right now he's just on the board, but once he's gone, what's next? What are we? Are they gonna recover, or are we gonna free fall like we did back in 2006?
Yeah. Hopefully, I have my hopes up that it won't be too bad, but I know, who knows? We can't tell at this point, but hopefully it will be good.
Hopefully.
But we will be moving on to the next news story. So on to the next topic, we have a new Zelda is beginning production already. It's a new Zelda game. So
who would have guessed a brand new Zelda game?
Yeah, already. That's pretty crazy. Didn't Breath of the Wild came out in 2017?
Yes.
So yeah, that's pretty cool. That's pretty cool already coming out. I haven't played it because obviously I don't have a Switch, but hopefully I'll be getting a Switch soon. I don't know.
That means we have possibly 3 Zelda games coming this year. And that is really crazy. Because we're going to have the Link to the Past remake coming later this year. And then we have Candace of Hyrule, which is set in The Legend of Zelda, which is technically a Zelda game. And then if this new Zelda game gets announced, it's going to be a really big year for The Legend of Zelda.
Yeah.
What do you all think about this new game? Do you think it's going to be a brand new entry, or do you think it's going to expand to Breath of the Wild, kind of how Majora's Mask did to Ocarina of Time?
That's what people are hoping for as a sequel to Breath of the Wild after the success that it is, being the best-selling Zelda game. That's the direction I think it's probably going to go to.
I hope so. Not a spoiler. One more time, not a spoiler. But The Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild leaves on a cliffhanger. So it would be very nice to have that.
But yeah, I don't have any... I don't know too much about Zelda because I haven't really played them, because I've never really had too many Nintendo things, so I wouldn't know too much, but once I get to playing them, I will probably enjoy them, I'm guessing.
I think you would, once you get into it.
Yeah. Okay, so now we're going to be moving on to a kind of a little a new section that we'll be adding to the podcast, and we're going to call it the Rumor Mill.
A part of the rumor mill. Today, our opening story. 2 Nintendo Switch models have been leaked, rumored, for a very long time, but we're finally getting solid proof, solid evidence. Although it is still just a rumor as it's not been officially confirmed, it is now pretty much a leak that we are getting a Pro model later this year, and we're getting a Mini that could be backwards compatible with Nintendo 3DS. The reason people think it's going to be backwards compatible with the Nintendo 3DS is because it has a clamshell design. So if it has a clamshell design, that's the only logical conclusion we can make, is that it's going to be backwards compatible with the Nintendo 3DS. I personally would love that. I still have not completed Project Cross Zone 2, so if Project Cross Zone 2 could be backwards compatible on my Nintendo Switch and I could finally get to the end of that game, that would be awesome. But what do you guys think about that?
I've heard so much about that, and yeah, I don't know how much has been confirmed, but that is pretty cool. I would like to see what the Pro version is going to be, especially seeing if the Mini is going to have backwards compatible with Nintendo 3DS. I mean, that's going to be awesome. That would be pretty cool. I know how DS usually, didn't they have like a backwards compatible with the Game Boy for a long time?
Yeah.
Even the 3DS had backwards compatible with the DS.
Yeah, that was always cool. So yeah, that's a very cool news.
They did not bring in the Virtual Console right off the bat for Nintendo Switch. So if they did bring the Nintendo Switch Mini, and it does play Nintendo 3DS games, I am hoping that it is similar to the Wii and Wii U, so that when you go to the 3DS part, it'll load up the 3DS emulation software, but also have access to the 3DS store, similar to how the Wii U had access to the Wii store.
But our next rumor is that there was a PS5 controller leak, and it's assumed to be fake, but
I like the controller. I like the new controller. If that is real, I like the design of it. I've been wanting PlayStation to do a wider, more compact controller for a while, similar to what Xbox does, and this is probably the closest we're going to get to an Xbox controller, but still having the DualShock stuff. So is pretty exciting in my opinion.
Yeah, that's going to be really cool. Also, something aside from the rumors, I just want to mention, we kind of had some news about the Jack limited run games being shipped out. If you would like to talk about that a little bit, Cruzando.
Okay, so the limited edition Jak and Daxter and Jak 2 will be launching, well, they've already launched, but they will be shipped out later next month in April. But the collector's editions will not be launched until May. The reason for doing this is because something happened during production. Limited run games are very vague on what happened, but something happened and they had to delay the shipping of it, which is all fine and dandy in my opinion. I don't necessarily mind having to wait for games like this. So it's quite interesting. I would like to see what happened, why it was delayed, but they can have their secrets.
Yep. It's been taking quite a long time. I mean, didn't the Jak Jak and Daxter, the Precursor Legacy, they had that back in was it December?
Yeah, December.
Yeah.
That was quite a while ago. But yeah. So I think that's all our rumor mill, and that was the Jak news I wanted to mention. And now we're gonna get on to some major news.
First things first, EA, that company that everyone loves to hate. Well, it turns out us hating them are actually affecting them. They've lost so much money recently that they had to fire 350 employees. And not only that, but they had to shut down the operations in Japan and Russia, which is a very big deal. The Russian EA was in charge of publishing the games for a decent portion of Russia. And EA Japan for the same thing. They were in charge of publishing every EA game that was released in all of Asia was published by EA Japan. This doesn't only hurt EA, it also hurts a lot of other video game manufacturers, because if you don't know this, a lot of American developers will go with a Japanese publisher to publish their games over there, such as Crash Bandicoot. In Asia, it is published by Sega. So EA had a lot of other places that helped them publish games, or that they helped others publish games over there. So with those being shut down, we may very easily see a Nintendo dominated Asia. Everybody will have to get some kind of licensing with Nintendo if they want to release their games over there, because other than that, the only publishers left will be Sega and Square Enix. And Sega, not a lot of people like publishing with them because of their fees, and Square Enix, they are very picky with who they choose to publish. So whether or not FIFA 20 is going to be released in the Asian markets, it's going to be a mystery. It's going to be a mystery.
Yeah, that's some big news. That is crazy. I didn't hear about that until today as well, which is crazy. Didn't know about that. That's insane.
That could even lead to these sport games being exclusive. If PlayStation or Nintendo hops on that first, then in the Asian countries, FIFA may be Nintendo exclusive and Madden might be PlayStation exclusive, or vice versa. It's really an interesting time.
It is. It is crazy. That is going to affect a lot of things. And another thing that is affecting the whole entire internet as a whole is some of the craziest news ever. We have Article 13 has been passed. Sad news, guys.
It is worth noting that it will take 2 years for it to go into full activation.
Yes.
But that's not stopping these companies from going ahead and complying with it. And with them complying with it, we have seen 2 major things happen so far. Jacksepticeye got a copyright claim for singing Hooked on a Feeling, and in one of his latest videos, he did not sing it with any background music. He just said Hooked on a Feeling, but kind of trying to imitate the voice of the original singers. And he got a copyright claim for that. So that video is no longer available. Loads of YouTubers are being claimed left and right for using content that is not theirs. There is a YouTuber by the name of Tipster and another one who used a copyrighted song in their intro. It's the, hey, hold up. Just that part. The part that's hold up. I don't know the name of the song or how to make the voice, but it's that part. And they do that at the beginning of their intro. And now all of their videos are being claimed. And that is going to hurt a lot of people. But I have a theory that might stop people from getting hurt by this. It's a wild theory, but my theory is to make your own content.
Yeah. Although, I mean, there's a lot of things that, that is a very good theory. But, like a lot, it's crazy though. Like, even if you, like, I've heard that Article 13 is even going to affect if you, like, just mention, like, or if you have a picture of something from, like, a news article, or if you talk about a news article, then you're going to get claimed. Or if you, I was even hearing, I'm not sure if this is true, but if you even had gameplay of a video game, it would be claimed. So I'm not sure about that. That was even crazier. And just to let you guys know, the European, all the leaders in the EU are just, they just don't care. They don't care, because if you guys didn't know, this has been a topic for months and months and months.
Years.
And
even.
Years pretty much. And over 6 million people petitioned against this. 6 million. And over hundreds of thousands were protesting at the doors of the European I can't say it, but the European Union's front door. And they didn't give a crap. They're like, you know what? Let's pass it, because somehow this is the best thing for the internet. What kind of... it's like... And if you didn't know, Article 13 is also going to make it so, like, Google is going to have to pay every single news source. Like, if they even show, like, a clip or a picture of the news source, they're going to have to pay for each little part of it for the EU. And I think it's gonna affect... It's not going to just affect the EU. It's going to affect the whole world, man.
It's like net neutrality, but on steroids.
Yeah. And net neutrality was a whole different thing, but this is way worse.
Yeah, net neutrality will only affect us if our providers choose to throttle us, and it's only going to affect the United States. But Article 13 will affect everybody, because like YouTube, they're not going to be like, well, guess we can't operate in Europe anymore. They're just going to change their rules and have it so where those rules are the rules internationally. Copyrights are going to get so much more heavy. Luckily, for me personally with YouTube videos, I've moved towards my anime channel and my science channel more than my gaming channel. so I'm not going to be having to worry too much. But if I come back to my gaming channel at some point and I actually want to do something with it, I may be very much affected. Like if I choose to do Resident Evil 3 Nemesis Remake news whenever that eventually gets announced, I could actually have a ton of issues popping up if I try to do those videos that are posted by Capcom if YouTube chooses to enforce Article 13 all around the world.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, at this point, I feel bad to say this, but I would just say move out of the EU and just say, all right, people who live in the EU, the YouTube should be different in the EU at this point, because it's just messed up, the whole thing. And like, it's just like, come on, man. Like, I've already gotten some claims on, like, I think it was some song videos that I did Nightcore, and they actually got unclaimed, which was really weird, but I think that was because of this. And it was very weird, but I noticed it was already taking effect for me. And another thing we were going to add was each European country is allowed to interpret it however they'd like. So I guess that's kind of good, I guess.
Yep. Another thing, Theresa May vowed to leave as Prime Minister if Brexit passes. And that's a big deal because, to my knowledge, Theresa May was not, the friendliest person when it came to not allowing censorship. So if she steps down, that means the next Prime Minister could potentially be better and not enforce Article 13 in the United Kingdom, or they could be worse and, very much enforce it and have it very, very not good for European internet users.
Yeah, honestly, I think all of this, I think a lot of this, in my personal opinion, is some sort of agenda, to be honest. Like, everything's got to be for some sort of agenda. They're, like, trying to censor, like, free speech in some way, I feel like,
Well, Europe didn't have free speech to begin with.
Yeah, that's true.
Like in Russia,
But I think they're trying to, like, affect the whole internet at this point. But yeah, go ahead, Jada.
No, the internet is like a free place for freedom of speech. Like, to take that away is like...
Yeah. Exactly. Yeah. I mean, even in different countries...
Too surprised. Because if you've forgotten history class from high school, Europe also accidentally voted to create a genocide against 200 million people inside the United States about 600 years ago. So their politicians don't really have a very well track record.
Yeah. Yeah, Europe, man. I would like to see what happens to the population in the next few years with the gaming community.
I do not know. I have some theories about that, though. Here in the United States, Generation Y, which is what all of us are, I think all of us, you were born in 96, weren't you, Kelvin?
Oh, Jada?
Oh, 95. Then you're still... Okay, never mind. Then you're considered a millennial then. Well, me and Josh are Generation Y, and Generation Y, since we've all turned 18, has the biggest population in American history moving and immigrating out of the United States. So if we're leaving the United States just because of bad things that's happened in this country over the last 20 years, then if this stuff continues in European Union, with Brexit happening, Article 13 being passed, the United Kingdom literally banning instruments used to create food like butter knives, then you may very well see a large portion of Europe going to Asia or coming to the United States. All the experts say that we're entering the Asian generation. Everyone is moving to Japan. Everyone is moving to Japan, China, or South Korea. And it seems like this may be getting forced and may actually be something that everyone might end up doing, because it doesn't seem like any country in the world has any, or any country in the West, has any footing or any standing to keep free speech with the internet. We have net neutrality in the United States, which is going to mess everything up as soon as that goes into effect, or as soon as it goes out of effect. Article 13 in 2 years, that'll mess everything up over there, and there's still so much more internet censorship that is coming up, such as YouTube getting rid of conspiracies. Japan and Asia has something similar to YouTube called Nico Nico, and they don't censor anything. So we may very easily be entering the Asian generation much quicker than we thought.
Maybe, yeah. Now, I have my own opinion on net neutrality. It's kind of. I mean, it's because I think net neutrality was a kind of misguided. Like, it was kind of misinformed, and I think a Jit Pie is kind of an idiot. That guy, you know, that guy's remember that guy, the meme.
Yeah, Jit Pie.
Yeah, but yeah, I mean, I think I mean, that it's just very confusing the way they read that out. But I have my own opinions on that, and I'm not sure exactly how to word it, but I'll get into that on another topic. But yeah, it's just crazy that this is happening to all the countries. I think in no country, like really no country, all free speech is being limited, and I think honestly, I don't know where. I mean, there's nowhere that free speech is very high now. I mean, the United States honestly is probably with the most, but it's right at this point we're losing more and more.
In Russia, if you're a journalist and you talk out against Vladimir Putin, you are, you could be executed.
Yeah,
it's legal.
Yeah, the communistic society there.
Yeah.
Fascism and all that.
We are going into a very dark age, and it seems like the internet's going to be, or freedom of speech and freedom of the internet could very easily be the first one to go.
Yeah, it's a sad truth. We will be getting into that on a whole nother level, and we might even be doing different topics, maybe another podcast series on Cruzando's channel possibly, but we're going to be doing this hopefully every week, and we're not sure if we're going to be moving this to Saturdays exclusively or keeping it on Fridays, but it is a little bit more convenient to be posting this on Saturdays for us.
Yes. Everyone has work or school throughout the week, and we don't get home till late, so...
Yeah, and
hope you understand.
Actually, it was a very good thing that we didn't post this on today. Well, that we're recording this on Friday, because so much more news came in while we were today, I guess.
Yeah, today and last night.
Yeah. So hopefully that's all good. Do you think we should wrap it up here?
Does anyone else have anything else to say? I take that as a no.
I'll take that as a no. Okay, well. Yeah, anyways, you guys, subscribe to everyone's channel. Links in the description. If you guys did enjoy the podcast, please leave your comments. What you guys think? Anything you guys think we need to change? Go check out Cruzando's channel. I think, do you have a channel, Jada, that you can have people subscribe? Yeah, okay. We will link that in the description below as well. So you go check that out. And we will be having, hopefully, Jada will be a regular guest. Do you think you'll be a regular guest?
Yeah, probably.
Probably another host. Third.
Yeah.
Host.
Yes, that will be cool. All right, but
one more thing. If everything goes as planned, next week we will be introducing a new section called What the Quack. You'll want to be staying tuned for that.
Yeah, it's gonna be pretty funny. You guys will enjoy that. But anyways, you guys, go check out all the links in the description. Hopefully, we'll be able to put this podcast on iTunes and stuff in the future. We don't have that set up yet, but hopefully we will in the future. But anyways, you guys, I hope you guys did enjoy. Try not to die, and I'll see you guys in the next video.